Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another speed build. If you're new here, my name is Shan. I build in The Sims 4 and I upload twice a week on my channel. So if you want to be notified whenever I upload a new video, do consider subscribing to my channel and turn on the notifications button. And for today's video, we are building a Scandinavian inspired home for a single sim. This is built in the world of Newcrest and is a tier 3 small home if you have the tiny living pack. So if you didn't know, the tiny living pack comes with a tiny home residential type, and there are 3 tiers to it, and to which tier the home belongs to kind of depends on the number of tiles you place on the lot. So for a build to be considered a micro home, you need to have no more than you need to have 32 and lesser tiles, and for a tiny home it has to be 64 or lesser tiles, and then to qualify as a small home you need to have 100 or lesser tiles placed down on the lot. So I was initially trying to go for a tiny home, but I realized it wasn't going to work with the idea I had in mind, so I just went ahead with a small home instead. But I'll definitely try going for a tiny home and a micro home in the future. So if you have any suggestions as to what kind of tiny or micro home that I should be building, do let me know in the comment section. So let's get right back into the build. So I have always wanted to build a Scandinavian style house, but the inspiration pictures I found on Pinterest were all pretty big houses, and I knew I wanted to build something on the smaller end. So it took me quite some time to come up with the exterior. I mainly took inspiration from the big houses, and then I was like trying to scale it down. So I'm not too sure if it ends up looking like a Scandinavian inspired house, like based on the exterior. It looks quite simple, but I don't know why it took me so long. And honestly, I'm still not sure if it gives off the Scandinavian vibe, but I kind of like how the exterior came about. I like that I used the window from, what's that called? Eco Lifestyle. Yeah, the window from Eco Lifestyle is so nice. Oh my goodness. And I think the interior would probably feel more Scandinavian because I used a lot of items from the Dream Home Decorator game pack. Actually, I think I mainly used a lot from Dream Home Decorator. So yeah. So right now we are just coming up with the exterior. Initially I didn't put this chimney thing on the side, but then I was just like, it felt a little bit off, and then I was just like, maybe I should add something on the other side of the build to kind of just even out. So then I decided that I would do something like that, and I did this really cool trick later in the build that you can see. So I just used the F key to kind of turn the tile into a triangle, so you can kind of create like a triangle tile on the ground, which I think is pretty useful because whenever I build with platforms, I find it very difficult to not use up so much tiles in the build, because if I don't use the F key, it will take up a lot of space, as you can see here, and I just didn't want to just place another extra tile. So yeah, I just decided, maybe I'll just try that. It actually took me a while to figure out how to do that. I'm not sure if there's an easier way to do it, but that's how I've been doing it after I figured out. So yeah. And because this is a bit more of an open concept, I also wanted to use the platforms to kind of create some separation in the area, so it looks a bit more like you can tell that is the kitchen and that's the dining room, etc, etc. I just wanted to make it feel a bit more separated but not using walls. That's why I used platforms, and I actually really love using platforms for some reason. Yeah, I'm really glad that that the Sims team gave us this platform thing. So yeah, and I think this is also my first time using this side counter from the Dream Home Decorator pack. I think I've never used it. I think I've always used like the common ones that you see. The one with how do I say? Yeah, the one that doesn't have oh my goodness, why is it so hard? Anyways, I think you understand what I'm trying to say here, but yeah, so right now we're just working on the kitchen, and I used this swatch. That is a very nice like dark wood brown color, and it is a wood color that I carried throughout the build. I just wanted it to look a bit more cohesive in this build, so I didn't really mix a lot of wood textures. Instead, I kind of just went with like, a bit of the same. So mainly like the big furnitures, I went with that same wood tone, and then for other things like I can't remember what else. I think the bed, I didn't use the bed from Dream Home Decorate, but I used one from the Island Living pack just because I actually used the bed so many times and I just wanted to try something new. So I thought, you know what, the one from Island Living actually works pretty well too. So I decided to went with that. I decided to go ahead with that. And yeah, so this is the platform that I was talking about. I created this angle, like the triangle, using the F key, and I thought it was really, really, really cool. And I did the same thing here at the entryway, just so that I can fit the dining table here really nicely. And over here, I really wanted to try using the new chair that came with the recent base game update, but it just didn't come with a swatch that matched the vibe I was going for here. So then I went with the tiny living one, but eventually I think I did change it up to the Dream Home Decorator one in the same brown swatch that I like a lot. So yeah, and over here this is just a shelf that is from the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack. I really love using this shelf. I think it's really cool, especially when you can clutter it up with the 9 key, or you can also use the red shelf over here that you're seeing on your screen. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice touch. And I also placed a what's this called? Like a hanging plant. I just thought it looks really nice here. I love adding plants in my builds. I think they really just elevate the build and just make it look a bit more nicer, a bit more decorated. Honestly, whenever I don't know what to put down, the first thing that comes to my mind is a plant, or just add books, because nothing can go wrong with plants. But yeah, and over here below the shelf, I just placed down a shoe rack, and then just choosing a floor tile for this house. So I think I went with a base game one. I tried a lot of tiles. My favorite tiles are actually the ones that came with the Jungle Adventure game pack, and I think it's really nice. But I think because I've been overusing it, so I just wanted to try something new, and I don't think I've used this floor tiles from base game ever. So I was thinking, why not? Let's just try this. And yeah, so right now we are decorating the living area. I used the couches from the Dream Home Decorator game pack again. And over here, initially I had decided, maybe I could use the table from Eco Lifestyle and then create some sort of a TV stand. But I thought, since we're already using Dream Home Decorator, why not just go ahead and just build a custom built-in shelf for like the TV area? And this is what I came up with. So I thought it was really cool. I don't think I've ever done this in any of my builds before. So this build has a lot of firsts. Like, yeah, they're lighted. Oh my god, this is so hard. Why am I struggling to speak today? But yeah, so basically there are a lot of first times in this build. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so right now we're just cluttering up the TV console, this TV setup here, or whatever you call it. Again, I didn't want to clutter up so much, but I just want to make sure it looks a bit more lived-in. So so you see, this is what I'm saying. Whenever I don't know what to put, I just place down plants, like you can see here again. And then on the shelves, I just placed books, boxes, containers, some magazines, a vase. So just different clutter items that I thought would fit here. I actually don't have any idea in mind as to what the sim do for a living. As to what this sim does for a living, do for a living. Is it does or is it do? Oh my goodness, I feel like, why is my English like like so weird now after 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 not studying for so long. Oh my god, actually it's not even that long, but it feels so weird that I'm having trouble to speak in English and it's my first language. Oh my goodness. I think I'm not doing enough voiceovers, guys. I think I need to do more voiceovers. But okay, so over here we are just placing down a light fixture and then some curtains, and I use the rug from base game. I actually wanted to use the one that came from the industrial loft kit, but again, I think I've been overusing that rug too much, and I just wanted to try to use things that I haven't been using often. So yeah, and over here is where I changed up the table and the chairs. I actually forgot that the Dream Home Decorator pack came with a new table, so yeah, I changed it up. And over here now we are in the bathroom and just basically using the Dream Home Decorator game pack again. The sink is from Dream Home Decorator. The mirror is also from Dream Home Decorator, and over here I decided that I would place in a rubbish bin. So I think I mentioned in my previous video, I was mentioning how I only put rubbish bins in the kitchen, when in fact I think it's realistic to place rubbish bins in your room and in your toilet. I mean, you definitely will have trash that you need to just throw it somewhere in a toilet, and I don't understand why it just didn't come to me that I should be putting rubbish bins in the toilets and in the bedrooms in my Sims game. So this is what I'm doing more often now. Yes, I mean, in real life, don't you have rubbish bins in your toilet so you can throw tissues, I don't know, for ladies, your used sanitary pads and all that kind of shit, right? So I mean, in my house I don't have, because the rubbish chute is just right outside my toilet, so I can just throw it there. But yeah, I mean, for some, like if you live maybe in a 2-story or like in a bigger home, I think it makes more sense to have a rubbish bin like in that room, in that toilet. It's just more convenient, I would say. So yeah. Anyways, moving on, we are now in the bedroom, and I kind of wanted to create some sort of a feature wall here, but I used the panelings from the Eco Lifestyle. Honestly, the Eco Lifestyle game pack has a lot of nice built by items, and I really, really, really like it a lot. Oh, and talking about that, after this video, the next one that will be coming up is very likely to be a pack restricted build. So I'll only be using the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack to build a family home, and I'm really excited for you guys to see that one. I was actually really inspired by this picture I saw, and I was just like, I've been using a lot of Eco Lifestyle built by items, so I was just like, why not let's just try to build a pack restricted build, to do something pack restricted. And I thought, maybe let's try Eco Lifestyle this time. I mean, I've previously done a base game, Island Living and base game, Parenthood and base game. I kind of want to do like a pack restricted build for all the packs that I own. So the next one coming up will be Eco Lifestyle. I'm not too sure what will the next pack restricted build be, but definitely won't be anytime soon, since I will be like releasing another one this week. So because I don't know, sometimes pack restricted builds are just really frustrating, especially if it's not an expansion pack but more like a staff pack or kit or like game pack that doesn't come with a lot of build by items. It's just really hard to just build with base game and that pack. So as much as I would love to release more of this kind of videos, but I also want to have fun while building The Sims. So yeah, so once in a while I would definitely do some pack restricted builds, but not all the time, because I still want to enjoy building The Sims. And yeah, so what else are we doing here? I think we're just placing more lights and then changing up the wallpaper in the kitchen, because I thought it was a bit dark, and I didn't want to go with a darker wallpaper since the countertops were already, you know, kind of dark in color. So I went with a lighter one, which is the white one that came with a base game update, and I thought it looked really nice. And over here, I decided to give the sim a car. I just thought, you know, actually whenever I don't know what to put in the build, I'll just kind of create a driveway and then place a car there, thinking, okay, this sim owns a car. So yeah, that's all. And over here, I just kind of created a backyard space where your sim can do stuff at the back. I think it's just really nice. So the backyard has a swimming pool, a barbecue pit, and then outdoor table, and then there's a lounge chair as well. I actually wanted to place 2 lounge chairs, but it's a little bit tight of a space, so I can't actually put a lot of things in the backyard, but still I think it looks really nice. It just looks really cute, to be honest. Yeah. And over here we are just creating like some sort of fence to fence up the grass here. So I kind of want to try something different. I don't think I've done this a lot in my builds, like, you know, drawing down the fence to fence up the grass and whatnot. I think I always try to do something a bit more organic, so nothing really like fixed. It's just really like however the grass wants to grow, it grows. That kind of thing, if you get what I mean. But yeah, so I just decided to try something new today, and yeah, this is what I've done for the build. And I actually really like how the front of the build looks. I just think it looks really nice, really inviting with all the grass. It looks really lush as well. And over here I did use a mix up the fences. So I used the white one you can see at the back, and then over here I kind of used one that looks a bit more modern-ish. I don't know if you consider this modern-ish, but this is what I think it kind of gives off. And yeah, so I decided to, I don't know, I just wanted something a bit more contrasting, because there's quite a bit of white in the front, so I just wanted to use something that kind of just stands out a little. Yeah, to kind of just balance out the colors here actually. And then I placed down some lights on the ground, because I don't think I placed lights anywhere else on the exterior other than the front. Like there was this one front part that I placed down lights, but you know, doesn't hurt to put more lights on. Yeah. And over here we are working on the backyard. I gave this sim just 2 trash cans and then the light over there, and I kind of just created this sort of pathway using the rugs. And I thought it was pretty cool. I kind of wish they have another one in a darker swatch, but they don't. So I was just like, okay, I'll just use the white one, doesn't matter. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. And over here is the very small pool I was talking about. And then yes, and that is where I placed down the lounge chairs. Initially I wanted to put 2, but then we can see that there isn't much space afterwards, so I decided that I'll just place one down. Anyways, I've already imagined only one sim living here, so it makes sense to have just one lounge chair, I guess. I mean, if you want to have 2 sims living here, it also works, to be honest. You can just kind of make space. Maybe you can make the pool a little bit smaller, or just kind of move things around just so you can fit another lounge chair here. But over at this corner, I kind of just placed down a tree and then placed in more grass. And you guys, you know what? I realized that I hardly use trees in my builds. Like I use a lot of bushes, a lot of flowers, and a lot of rocks, but I don't think I've used trees enough in my builds, and this is something that I kind of want to be better at. So I just want to incorporate more trees in my builds, in my future builds actually. So yeah, because sometimes I find that trees are quite hard to work with in the game, just because they will block the exterior or something, especially when you want to take nice screenshots, or I just don't know where to place down trees, to be honest. The only time I actually used a lot of trees is for my luxurious Salvador Dorado villa. I think I used a lot from the debug menu, and it really like suited the build so much, and I really loved that build. Oh my goodness, it's probably one of my favorite builds I've done so far. Unfortunately, that doesn't come with a voiceover because it was built when I had COVID, and it was so sad because I lost my voice. So I just couldn't speak at all, and I had difficulty breathing as well. So I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear me like struggling to breathe throughout the whole voiceover. You'd be thinking like, oh my god, is she okay? So yeah, so instead of a voiceover, I just went with what was that called? I went with background music. And now that we are at the end of the build, I hope you guys enjoyed the build and enjoyed the screenshots. If you like this build, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.